Hi, this is Shankar, and I'm making this random video, and I've got a lot of queries on business or job. I mean, which are the houses for business and which are the houses for job. So let me try to explain you the indicators which are important astrologically. Now, the important houses for business are the second, seventh, and 11th house. So whenever there's a relationship between the second house is what you get from your family. You've got some income from your family. You've got some business which your father has done. Something where there is a information system, or there is something within your DNA to do business, or within your family DNA to do business, that comes from the second house. The seventh house is the house of business. That is the person sitting in front of you, whether you can actually interact with them and do it. And 11th is the house of gain. So these are three houses primarily which you should see. And when there is a relationship between the second lord, seventh lord, and 11th lord, you can do business. If there is a relationship between the depositors of the planets which are situated in second, seventh, and 11th, then there is an indicator you can do business. And if there is, I would not say aspect of a very powerful thing to, when they respect the second and seventh house, I would not say that be very powerful. But any other relationship in terms of depositors, in terms of the planets being placed, in terms of conjunction of these three houses, is definitely an indicator where you can do business, and it would be good for you to do business. So this is like the sum and substance which you should see whether you can do business or not. But while you see that a person can do business, look at some other indicators and aspects of whether he can actually be successful or not, because uh, these are again pointers which one should see. And one important aspect you should see is where Mars is placed. If Mars is placed in the second house, if it is placed, no, sorry, if Mars is placed in the third house, if it is placed in the sixth house, and even when it is placed in the 11th house, one should not do business. One should be careful in doing business, because whenever Mars is placed in the third house, or definitely in the sixth house, it gives a tendency of debt being created. Now today in business, debts are done, but debts have to be created before doing business. But then you have to be careful. भाई आपको ध्यान रखना चाहिए, अगर Mars is in second, sixth, and 11th, take a pause, because that shows deaths, and one should be careful. And deaths, in the Vedic time, this was debt more towards emotional, psychological debt. Or sixth house would mean the person is indebted to the king and he'll keep on serving the king. But things have changed in Kali Yuga, and it is basically, it shows that you know Mars in sixth house, second in third house, it's a pointer where you could actually look at the whole aspect and see. Another thing one should also see, if sun and moon are together in conjunction in the business houses, that is, sun and moon are together in conjunction, the second, seventh, and 11th house, one should not be doing business, because moon is a watery planet, sun is fire. Fire and water together, they spoil that particular house. They create problems in that particular house in some aspect. So that is another thing which one should see, if sun and moon are in the second, seventh, or 11th house. A very sure combination where a person should go and do business, one should is strong enough to do business, is to see Saturn. When Saturn is placed, especially in the third house, the third house is the house of your own efforts, your own whether you're adventurous, whether you can actually make the push, आपके अंदर वो जलजला है, वो हिम्मत है काम करने की, वो थर्ड हाउस से दिखाता है. तो अगर थर्ड हाउस में अगर सैटर्न है, दैट इज वन वेरी गुड combination to see, okay, this guy is his horoscope has got the potential to do business. So these are important aspects of when you do business. Also, you should see Rahu when placed, I feel, whenever placed in the second, seventh, and 11th house, is actually good for a person to do business rather than a job, because जिसका राहु second house में है, they will not do very well in doing a kind of a job. Basically, he should do business, because Rahu in second, seventh, and 11th, Rahu is today's Kali Yuga. Rahu is the planet जो कि आपको अलग सोचने की शक्ति देता है. It can make you think out of the box. It can make you think differently. It can make you think how to deal with finances, deal with partners, etc. So the second, seventh, 11th में राहु जो है, it is an important planet which you should see. So these are the things which I have tried to explain you, that things which are houses which are important, and the planets which are important. Now let's understand what are the things which can make you fail in a business. And one of the most important thing is, you should not have a sixth house which is more powerful than the seventh house. Sixth house with seventh house, I will not say that it is negative for doing business. Like a chhata सातवां का relationship है, and you have got a strong second 11th, I should not say that it will not be for you to do business, because आज की तारीख में business में you have to take debts. But then your sixth house should be there, but the seventh and 11th house should be stronger than the sixth house. कि आपने debt लिया है, उस debt को आप अच्छी तरह इस्तेमाल करते हैं, you make it grow and increase business. So you have to see the 11th house. 11th house is how well you can network, how well you can talk to people, how much gains you can make. So अगर आपका 11वां घर छठे घर से powerful है, it's more stronger than the sixth house, and your seventh house is also stronger than the sixth house. It is one you can you can say, okay, you can take debts and do business. Another very important thing in business is, you should not have a very strong fifth house. Your fifth house should not be stronger than the seventh house, because fifth house जो होता है वो सातवें घर से 11वां घर होता है. That is person who's sitting opposite to you, whether he will gain. His gain is depicted by the fifth house. It is 11th from the 7th. So that is the house which shows the gain of your opponent. और अगर आपका जो सामने वाला आदमी है उसका ज़्यादा gain होने वाला, तो आपका loss होने वाला. I mean, you're going to make a loss. So you should see this also, that the fifth house should not be stronger than the seventh house. Fifth house can again get related, but in a way that seventh is stronger than the fifth house. That is, you can engage a person, but you should gain from the engagement. Because fifth house is also for advising, consultants, etc. It's also for engaging a person, making friendship to a person. But the seventh house should be stronger than the fifth house. So that also you have to see. So fifth and sixth do play an important role, but बड़ा ध्यान से देखिए whether they can do or not. Now another house with people, and 10th and 11th are complementary, because 10th is prestige, 10th is कर्म जो आपने करा है, and 11th is second from 10th. तो वो जो आपने कर्म करा है, prestige करा, उससे क्या फायदा हो रहा? What you are gaining out of it is 11th. So 10th and 11th, I take them together when you have to do business. People have a lot of misconstrued relationship for the 12th house with respect to business, but 12th is investment. If 12th is strong, then जो पैसा आप कमा रहे हैं उसको आप अच्छी तरह invest भी कर सकते हैं. But if the 12th is stronger than your second or seventh house, especially the second house, that means जो आप कमा रहे हैं वो आप खर्च कर देंगे. So that is not good. But 12th house should be strong enough in a businessman's horoscope, so he will be able to पैसा कमा के उसको invest करने की कोशिश करेगा. Ninth house is an important house, which is actually a house of luck. So if ninth house is fairly there, related, and it is strong, it is good for business. Eighth house is a house of resource of your seventh house. जो आपका partner है, जो आपके सामने वाले, उसके क्या resources है, ये eighth house से हम देखते हैं. And eighth house is also a lot of how well you can do venture capital. मतलब जो पैसा है उसको किस तरह आप घुमा सकते हैं. How you can make different kind of mutual funds, how you can repay your debts, how you can take care of your finances in a way that you can make it multiply in the complex world of money. It is something behind, it is secret, and how well you can make deals to be right things. Secrecy, deals, etc. is governed by 8th house. So a strong 8th house is very important for business. So what I've tried to explain, the third house is the house which is important, because you need to have the courage and the guts to do business. Fourth house is the house of property, investment, etc. So fourth house also, if it is strong, it will you'll be able to do a greater amount of investment in property, land, those kinds of things which are there. So this is how you have to see. See first, second, seventh, 11th, they should be strong. See to sixth, if sixth is there, related there, and if it is not as strong as it is not stronger than the seventh house or the 11th house, very good. You will use the debts in a good way. See the fifth house, whether you can engage the people, but again, it should not be more strong than the seventh or the 11th. So fifth house gets engagement. Ninth house is luck. Eighth house is your mutual funds and how well you can make your deals. You can go internationally. You can make bonds. You can do things which are financially prudent. So secrecy, relationships, etc., international talks, etc., are also governed by the 8th house. So that is important. 12th house again should be strong, because 12th house today is all about investment. But if again 12th house is stronger, is stronger than your second house, or it's weak, 12th house is weak, and then it will lead to a lot of expenses. But let's understand, if you're doing business, तो खर्चा करेंगे तो उसी से कमाएंगे आप. So you cannot say that expenses won't happen in a business. So when you're talking about business, then you have to see all the houses, see all the planets, also with respect to the live and non-live things. For business, it is the malefic planets which actually give you it. If the malefic planets like Saturn, Rahu, Shukra, and Mercury, if they are strong, they will give you money. They are the planet which govern our non-live things. I will make another video in which I will explain you live things and non-live things. These malefic planets are good for money, for material. It is the non-live things which are governed by basically Saturn, Rahu, and Shukra, and Mercury, of course, is very important. One and more very important planet when you're doing business for. But Jupiter again, it's not too critical for you to do business. I mean, it is an important planet, because when Jupiter gives you the dignity in business. So, आपका नाम कितना है? You're becoming a business leader. So, if Jupiter becomes strong, it's very good. But Jupiter in 11th house is not very good, because if Jupiter 11वें घर में रहेगा, it does nash to that bhav, and उसमें क्या होगा? आपके दुश्मन तो होंगे, मगर दोस्त तो होंगे. एक दोस्त होगा, उसके पीछे दो दुश्मन खड़े होंगे. तो Jupiter in 11th house, just be a little careful. So all houses are important. You have to look at the planets. Look primarily at 2nd, 7th, 11th. That is how you have to understand a businessman's horoscope, and then see the other planets, whether he'll be in trading, whether he'll be in manufacturing. And again, the malefic planets are very strong. I've also explained to you about the placement of Rahu, and also one placement of Saturn, and about Mars, which you should critically see as a snapshot. So this is like a snapshot कि अगर इस horoscope में ऐसी चीजें हैं तो ये बंदा business कर सकता है. But don't jump at it. If 7th, 6th, and 2nd, 7th, 6th, and 11th related, just don't jump to it. He'll do business. It could be he does business, or सब अपना खत्म भी कर सकता है. He can land into debt. So then you have to look at it carefully and do it. Of course, I keep on giving the importance of Dasha. Dasha is very important. You have to see the Ashtagvar, you see the D charts also, and then come to what will be the time when he'll do business, whether the time is coming. If he knew he's got yoga, so the time, if the right Dasha is not coming, he may not do business. So wo aap dekhiye. So those things, then you have to go deeper inside. But these are the indicators for you to do business. In a separate horoscope, I'll tell you about the aspect of live and non-live things. I hope you enjoyed this video, and it's just like I was in a mood to make a video, so I made it for you. Do tell me whether you liked it or not. Bye. See you. Thanks.